Happy Thanksgiving! Thanks for joining Logan and I today. Since we can't have class tonight, we decided we'll jump right in and do a nice little video for you that you can practice whenever you find some time today or the next few days. I will be showing more adapted versions of the poses while Logan will do a regular flow, so you have the choice of going back and forth or picking whichever flow is most comfortable in your body. So we'll just start in a nice seated position. So I like to sit up on a blanket or a block to get my hips a little bit higher, roll the shoulders back. And if you want to go ahead and take a few minutes, pause the video, take a few deep breaths, bring yourself into the practice and center yourself up, go ahead. Otherwise, we're going to jump right in there. So coming into a seated position, let's inhale the arms up overhead. Take your gaze up towards your hands, and then on the exhale, bring the hands back down to the side, bring the chin down to the chest. Do this 2 more times. Inhale, looking up. Exhale, chin to chest. 1 more time. Inhale, looking up. And this time on the exhale, bring the left hand to the right knee. The right hand comes back behind, finding a twist. Maybe you could gaze out over the right shoulder. 1 more deep belly breath here. And on the next inhale, bring the hands back up overhead and we'll twist to the other side. Right hand, left knee, left hand behind, nice long spine. 1 more breath. And then inhale, bring both arms up to center. Let the right hand come down to the floor. On the exhale, reach over with the left hand as if you're going to touch the wall on the other side, keeping the left sits bones grounded into the mat. Inhale up to center, and we'll take it to the other side. Make sure the right sits bone stays connected to the mat beneath you. Inhale back up. And then exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Let's move into a tabletop position. If you have a blanket or a towel to slide underneath your knees for a little extra support, that's always a good way to go. Coming into tabletop position, let's move through cat-cow. So on the inhale, arch the spine, lift the tailbone, lift the chin. And on the exhale, start to tuck the tailbone first, then bring the chin to chest. Matching breath with movement. Inhale, arching. And exhale, rounding. Do this for 3 more breaths at your own pace. And after you've completed the last breath, there's no rush. We'll meet in a tabletop neutral position. Hands are stacked underneath the shoulders, knees are underneath the hips. Let's send the left foot back behind us, toe pointing to the ground. Check in with your hips, make sure you're not curling them open, but that they're squared up. This might be the extent of your pose today. Maybe you want to extend the right hand, find a full spinal balance, keeping your gaze softly on the floor in front of you to keep the neck neutral. 1 more breath here. And then exhale, bring the hand and the knee back down to the floor. We'll take it to the other side. Send the right foot back behind you. Toes pointing towards the floor. If it's in your practice, extend the left hand as though you were going to reach out and shake my hand. And then bring both hands and knee back to the mat. Let's move through some hip circles. Big circles, little circles, whatever feels good to you. And then make sure you reverse it in the other direction. So we're going to move into our hero's pose. So you can walk your hands back. If this isn't accessible to sit all the way back on the heels like Logan, you can take a block and bring it underneath and sit on the block, or 2 blocks, or maybe a pillow. You can even roll up a blanket and put it between the thigh and the calf. And just take a few breaths here. Roll the shoulders back and away in your hero's pose. This pose is great for tired, achy feet and legs, and it's also great for digestion. So 1 more breath here. Let's move back into our tabletop position. We're going to tuck the toes, and on the inhale, lift the hips up into a down dog. So if you feel some shoulder pain, feel free to take the hands wider on the mat or the feet wider, and let's just pedal the knees one knee at a time. Press the heels towards the floor for a little bit of lengthening in the calves. And then come into stillness for one more breath. If down dog isn't in your practice today, you can always take a cat-cow position again. Let's walk our hands back towards the feet, taking a standing forward fold. Let the knees be soft as much as you like. So hands can either come all the way to the mat, or you can grab opposite elbows. And just let the crown of the head draw down towards the floor. One more breath here. And then release the hands down towards the mat. Inhale, reverse swan dive, coming all the way up to standing. Exhale, hands to heart center, and let's just take a walk to the front of the mat. We're gonna find our Tadasana pose. Grounding both feet solidly into the floor, the palms face forward. And there you go.
Okay, and so together we're going to inhale those arms back overhead, and exhale, bring those hands through, down, back into our forward fold. Inhale, rising half back, and then exhaling back into a fuller expression of our forward fold, and inhale, arms back overhead, and exhale, bringing them down to heart center. Wonderful job on that first sun salutation. We'll go through that 2 more times together. Inhale, the arms back overhead, and exhale, then bringing the hands through to heart center to forward fold. Inhale to half back, and exhale down to our forward fold. Inhale back, the arms reverse swan dive, the hands overhead, and exhale, bringing them through to heart center. One more time. Inhale, reverse swan dive, the hands overhead. Exhale, bringing those hands through to heart center to our forward fold. Inhale up to half back, and exhale to forward fold. Inhale back, the arms overhead, and exhale back down. We're going to add on to that sun salutation together. We'll inhale the arms overhead. Exhale, bringing the hands through to heart center, down into our forward fold. Inhale to half back. And exhale, plant the hands down onto our mat, bringing either foot back into our high plank position. And when ready, we'll raise the hips back into our down dog position, finding stillness. We'll take a few breaths here together. Wonderful. We'll inhale that right leg up, and exhale, bring that right leg through, planting the right foot in between the hands. We'll root the back foot at a 45-degree angle and rise into our warrior one position, shining the hips forward, feeling the energy rise through the hands as we ground into the floor beneath us. We'll drop that right hand down and bring it over to the other side, stretching out that left side body. Inhale the arms up overhead, still committing to the front bend in the knee. Drop the other hand to the other side. Beautiful. We'll inhale that right arm back up. And when ready, we'll inhale, bring the hands to heart center, stepping forward and meeting at the top of our mat. From here, we'll inhale, reverse swan dive the hands back overhead. Exhale, bring the hands through heart center. Inhale up to half back. And exhale again, planting those hands down into our mat, rising the hips into our down dog position. Wonderful. It's here that we'll inhale the left leg up, back overhead, stepping it through, bringing the foot between the hands, planting the right foot down, raising into our warrior one position. We're very strong here, feeling rooted with the earth as the energy rises from the feet up to the fingertips. Feel free to take a gaze up if that's comfortable for you today. And exhale, bring the left arm down, the right hand over, stretching out that side body. And inhale the arm up, dropping the opposite arm to the other side. Again, stretching that out, committing to the front bend and the front knee. Beautiful. We'll inhale the arm up. Exhale, bringing the hands to heart center, meeting at the top of our mats together. We're going to build onto our Warrior 2 series from here. We'll inhale the arms up overhead. And exhale, step that right foot back into our Warrior 2 position. We've got that back foot rooted at a 90-degree angle. Arms lifted, feeling the energy move through either fingertips. Let's go ahead and from here, drop the arms behind the back and open the heart, shining the heart to the opposite side of the room. And again, inhale those arms back up. We'll move forward, turning the right hand up, scooping it back into our peaceful warrior. Beautiful. We'll inhale the arms up, straightening out that front leg. From here, you're welcome to grab a block as we'll be moving into our triangle pose. We got the front leg straight. We'll tick-tock forward, finding the floor or our block, and rising, turning to the other side. Feeling the energy from fingertip to fingertip. And beautiful. Carrying the weight in our core, we're going to rise back into our Warrior 2 position. From here, turning to the front of our mat, taking a big step up, meeting together at the front of our mat together. Exhale, bring the hands through heart center. Wonderful job, everyone. We're going to repeat that on the opposite side. So at the top of our mat, we'll take a big step. Inhale the arms up overhead. Exhale, back into our Warrior 2 position on the other side. Being sure not to collapse and back arch the foot. Feeling the energy move through either fingertips. And perhaps finding a drishti over that middle finger, our focal point. It's from here we again will find our hands behind the back, stretching out those shoulders, shining the heart forward, and if comfortable for you, taking the gaze to the sky or the ceiling. Wonderful. We'll inhale the arms back into our Warrior 2 position, turning the front palm forward and scooping the energy back into our peaceful warrior. It's from here that you can grab the back leg, or feel free to bring that back arm behind the back to protect the spine. Committing to that front bend in the leg if possible for you today. And then inhale back into our Warrior 2. So from here, you're welcome to grab a block as we move into our triangle pose. We'll straighten out that front leg together. Bring the hands back into Warrior 2 arms, tick-tocking forward, finding the floor, the block, or floating the hand above as we move into our triangle pose. Keeping a healthy bend in that front knee so as to protect it. Taking the gaze to the sky if that's comfortable for you today. And beautiful. We'll inhale back into our Warrior 2 position. Take a big jump or a big leap to the front of our mat, meeting again in our Tadasana pose. Beautiful work, everyone. We're so grateful that you chose to spend either your Thanksgiving holiday with us today or at some point on your Thanksgiving break. Again, Jackie and I teach at Thursday at Roots Shoppe at 6:30 in Fort Walton Beach. We hope to see you there. Our flow is for everyone, geared towards everyone, regardless of yogic ability. We hope to see you there. Bye-bye.
Bye. Don't forget your Shavasana. Lay down, take a little rest. You earned it.